All right, I think we're live. Cool. We'll just chill out here for a little bit. We'll let people check in. Things have been kind of frantic here at the house, so I've got some notes, but I'll do a lot of winging. Renee Hernandez, first one on the shot. Back at you. Oatmeal Nelson, buddy from Arkansas, fellow single speeder, although he does dabble in gears. Nolan Crampy, Amy Lot Stricker, Dennis Haas, Tommy Jeffries, Amy Bean, Heath Arning, yo, Heath, Angela Cordes, David DeGarmo, J.R. Knight, Amy Bean, again, hi. Renee, the non-MTV Jaja. Now, you always say that, and I never know what that means because I totally like Spanish incompatibility here. But Renee, we're going to get you in the dirt one way or the other, brother. Heidi Blackman, Jared Good. Emmy, absolutely, you could have a shot. I don't know, but you're not here in the room with me, so sorry. Josh Frazier, Angela with the high hand. Sorry, Heidi. I had French in high school, and I can't speak French either, so can't do Spanish either. I can Google translate all kinds of stuff, but yeah, I could do that. I could do that on the fly. I could probably Google that. So yeah. So Oatmeal says shots. So you know, I always have a variety of drinks to start my show and finish my show and during my show and before my show and sometimes after my show. So today we're, yeah, I mean, this is the same thing. This is just a backup in case I run out, but this is, I'm getting back, you know, in rights with Team Winebox. You know, last week, you know, I didn't catch too much crap from it, so I was okay with it. I drank, you know, I had bottled wine. You know, it wasn't fancy, but it was out of a bottle. But I'm back to Team Winebox, a little Pinot Grigio. So doing a little white this time instead of the dark. I'm usually a red guy, but I don't know. Pinot Grigio is kind of light. It's nice, clean and crisp. So I got that. But you know, here, Stillhouse is like my new thing. I really like them. They have a variety of flavors. Coconut is one of my best. But however, peach tea whiskey here is another, and so we're sipping on that too tonight as we roll along. So that answers the drink questions, I hope. So let me go back up. We had, you know, I kind of jumped out of that there. Scott Hutchins, we got so already we've got Texas in the house. We've got Oklahoma like crazy. We've got Arkansas in the house. I assume we'll have Kansas in the house soon because those guys always show up. Nolan says, whoop. Nolan Crampy with the big money finished this weekend in the Clydesdale division. Hey, Barry Diffendaffer, what's happening? Barry's my buddy out here. He lives out here and does some gravel riding, road riding. Darren Moore checked in. I don't know where Darren's at. Darren's probably finally back in Big CO, Colorado, where he's moved and, you know, makes fun of us now because he lives in Colorado. So I can't wait till it, you know, gets really shitty up there and then we can make fun of him because he's snowed in. So James Gann checked in, and if you guys have never checked out any of the pics of all of our events, James Gann is always taking pictures of our events, and they are absolutely phenomenal. So if you're not a friend of James Gann, you need to be a friend of his because you're going to get some sweet-ass pictures. I know, right? Angela says, I like how Scott Hutchin quantifies himself as the entire state of Texas. You know, there's about 3 of those guys that check into my podcast. So I guess in the terms of the Weekly Wizard update and Texas, you know, they are the majority. So Darren Paoli, there's a Kansas boy doing some. He's a gravel guy. So Jay Black is in. Melissa Nicely's in. Rich Bean, Tommy Buck. Cheers, Tommy. Scott Hutchins. Scott says if you're a Texan, you'd understand. Nolan said he's barely Texas. Gunner, right? I think, no, Gunner's our second Arkansas guy checked in. Gunner, what's happening? Richie checks in to the Wkly Wizard update and says hi to Amy, his wife, who's probably in the next room. Nice. Tommy Jeffries. Oh, well, Tommy Jeffries is Texas too. I didn't realize that. Nice, Tommy. Oatmeal, it absolutely does look like a can of lighter fluid, and I'm a sucker for gimmicks. I love the can. I love the lighter fluid can. Absolutely. I'm a sucker. I do, but I realize that. So yeah. Cole Edmonkamp, what's happening, brother? Yep, another Kansas guy. Brent Wyrath joined in. Man, Brent Wyrath and I go back. I love you. I'm ready for you to come out and start racing, even if it's even if you're just cheering on your kiddo. I see your kiddo doing a lot of riding now, so it's awesome. Brent, you need to come back out. Angela says he's Northern Okie. Jay Black's in the house. All right. Bob Davis is even here. Bob Davis, I'm going to give you a shout out here in a minute, bud. JR Knight, new guy here. JR, what's happening, brother? I got you all added up, so I'm glad you're checking in. Well, we chatted earlier today. John Trotter, Andrew Foster, Doug Osment, Dalton Atterbury, Scott Stinson, Heidi. Heidi, I'm trying to get there, but man, everybody keeps checking in. I can't get to the what's on track. So Gunner says driving back from Fayetteville. Definitely Gunner. Steve Cordes is in. Robert Watson's in. Bob Davis says gave me a jiffy thingy that I'm not very good at, and I'm hard, and I don't have my glass on, so I can't see it very well. Oh my. All right, I think I'm caught up. So welcome. Wkly Wizard update, 3/12/19 edition. Corey White, the Wizard, so finally I introduced myself properly, but although I am, several minutes in already, so 7 minutes in. That peach tea stuff is good business. So Ryan Paloma checked in, Brad Eaton. So I basically have it's probably going to be a long thing because there's a lot to talk about, but I'm only going to discuss 3 subjects. We're going to talk about kicking off the Turn to Dirt season. Finally, the weather gods finally allowed us to have a race, and Sooner Stampede team warm-up guys kicked it out of the park, and then we're going to jump right in from that to talk a little bit about LandRun, and probably it's going to be more than a little bit because I've already actually had, I bet I've had 10 messages a day from random people just asking me about LandRun. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. And then we're going to close up shop talking about our upcoming Tour de Dirt event, Shoreline Shred at Claremore, Fat Tire Festival. And then obviously if you guys have anything that you want to talk about during this mix, bring it up and I will try to catch it. I'll flow up and down the comments over here on the right-hand side of my screen. And if you guys have questions about the subjects that I have, or even other random subjects that are completely, out of what I'm talking about, throw them out there, and I'll try to answer them, and go from there. So that's the plan. So let me scroll up, see who I missed here. So Bradley Eaton checked in, Frederick Fikert, Bob Davis on my way, Bob. Kent Kinsella, Ryan Palumbo, good evening. Ryan, what's happening, man? It's good to see you this weekend. I haven't seen you in a while. We've chatted online, but I haven't seen you in person, so it's good to see you. Marty Carr, Scott Hutchins, welcome to JR Knight, Texas. Yeah, so Scott got JR hooked up, and we got him going. So, and Rory Peterson checked in just now, and we'll be talking about Rory and his boys and all of that. They'll be our last subject. We're talking about Shoreline Shred and Claremore. So Heath Arney, that was a good post, Heath. So Heath says, welcome Bob Davis, fellow member of Team Heal, HEAL. So we've had a bunch of guys go down with injuries this year, and luckily to say, none of them have been biking or accident related. They're just all just stuff happens related. And he's in the healing process. He's got a crazy torn bicep and surgery, and plus some other things going on, and he's getting healed up riding the trainer and doing that as we speak. And I want to give a big shout out to our Bike Lab teammate, Bob Davis. He has been going through some knee issues, and I can totally relate, although I'm probably a few years out from this scenario, but nonetheless, a very likely scenario for me in upcoming years. And he finally reached the point where it was total knee replacement. So he went in a day. He's had this scheduled for a while, and we knew that, and we've been chatting about it. And I think he's got his PT and physical therapy all lined up. And I'll talk more about that as it happens. But he had successful knee replacement surgery today, so he's got all kinds of good hardware in his knee, and he's going to start his rehab and doing everything that the PT people tell him, and he'll be back hopefully I don't know, in the next 6 to 8 months maybe. We'll see. Like I told him, don't push it. Set a hard date. Way forward, just like I did. Don't give in to that need to feel like you need to race. Set your date, stick to it, do your recovery, and you'll be good. So anyway, all of our well wishes go to Bob, and like I said, he's watching now. I've been chatting with him earlier, and he's feeling good, and who knows when that block is going to wear off, and he's probably going to be in some pain later tonight and tomorrow morning. But hey, brother, I'm glad you got this taken care of, and future's looking bright. Thinking of you, Bike Lab's thinking of you, and now that everybody knows, our whole Tour de Dirt cycling world's thinking of you, buddy. So get better, and good things to come. Alrighty. Amy says, he'll look quick, Bob. Josh Brazil joined in. So Josh is another one of our fellow promoters, and a super cool dude from Tulsa. Dustin Easter, man, you didn't check in last week, and I even talked about you, brother. Dustin Easter and I go way back. He's one of my buddies from Milk City, and it's crazy because I remember him as a kid, like a 15-year-old kid, and he's now like a grown-up with his, he's married and grown up and job and 3 kids of his own. But he's still helping out with Elk City, and still checks in here and still riding his bike. So good to see you on here, brother. Brian Albee, Lori McCarty. Hi, Brian. Howdy. Yeah, Brian Albee doubles that. He says, listen to the docs, live to fight another day. That's exactly it, brother. Definitely, one of the hardest things for an athlete, and I've been there multiple times. I've had a neck injury a few years ago. I've had a couple knee injuries, broken collarbone, couple strained knee muscle, knee ligaments. So, over the 20 years, shit happens. And the hardest thing for an athlete is to not ride their bike and not do what they've been doing for so long. And so the natural tendency is to get really, really close. You're like, okay, I think I feel pretty good. Okay, I can race. Screw this. Let's do it. But you're not fully ready. And I think the strongest racer and the best racer and the best person knows to not fall into that trap. And hey, and I have to admit I've fallen into that trap before, but I did not fall into that trap this past summer with my knee injury and surgery. I held a hard date. and I did not give in to it. There were 4 races that I attended that I could have easily have raced, not full capacity, but easily could have raced. But I did not do it, even though I really wanted to. And I think that's what it takes. That's what you need to do. So any of you guys out there with injuries, whatever it is, don't give in to that until you are 100%, you're ready to go, because you're only going to come back too soon, risk injury, your fitness is not there. So just take your time. You know, you live a long time. 1 year is not going to matter. 4 races, 5 races, 6 races, 7 races, not going to matter in the grand scheme of things. Just wait, get healed, do your thing. So, yeah, my 2 cents, over, done. Chris Cooper, what's happening? Bob, you're welcome. Forrest Smith, what's happening from Wisconsin? Howdy, Corey. Hi. Yeah, Forrest is a good buddy of mine. We go back, we go way back, and he's out in Wisconsin working for Trek now, but love the guy, and he was one of my very first idols. And I love the fact that I feel like I kind of fit in with the old style crew and the old crew, and Forrest is part of that, and I kind of feel honored that I'm almost part of that now. So love you, Forrest, and glad you checked in. Hunter Farrington, Todd Carpenter. I assume that's what's up, Todd Carpenter. Not Wasp. Okay. I don't know. I've been just talking. I got notes in my glasses. It's been a crazy day. Phone calls. My dog got out. Late dinner. Late trainer. So I got all in, but I spent the last, I was taking notes like 3 minutes up until the time we started this. So let's let's get right into this. T-Bird, Tour de Dirt, first race of the season. Team warm up. Should I say team warm up cycling team to get it officially formal. And Sooner Stampede, first race of the season. Crazy conditions. We canceled the first race. We postponed the second race, which was Sooner Stampede, and just moved it to the original date that we had planned. There were some conflicts, obviously, because we had a local road race the same weekend. Conditions were still not ideal, but conditions were great for Sunday racing on the dirt. And we had a ton of people that doubled up. We had a ton of people that went and did the road race on Saturday and came and did the mountain bike race on Sunday. We're all good. I think we shared the wealth well, and obviously we didn't want to conflict with that race, but Mother Nature didn't give us a lot of options. So I think we did the best that we could, and I think it came away with resounding success. I think we had 170 plus racers, which T-Bird is always one of our bigger number races. We draw a lot of people for it, and I think that's down for them. But considering the fact that we postponed and the weather conditions, even race day, and the fact that we had a conflicting race, I would say that 170 plus, it was great. So super stoked about that. So, dude, Forrest Smith just says, talking about coming down to hang at a race and do a wizard update. Dude, I'm so making that happen. Dude, I'll take off of work to make that happen. So you just you give me a date and a time, and we are going to make that absolutely happen, Forrest. So we'll do something kind of like we did last year when I hung out at Celestial Cycles with the crew down there. That was so much fun, and you were totally on live with us then. So yeah, so let's make that happen. That'll be a fun thing to do. Justine Widman. Yeah, I talked to you guys earlier. They said they had a blast, great race, and this was their, I think their first dirt event. So they came, had a bunch of questions, and I think we answered them all, and they seemed to have a ball. So welcome to the mountain bike world. We love having you guys. So Brian McGinnis joins. So Amy Bean just checked in. Amy Bean is my Kids Cup director. She thankfully takes the load for almost all of that for me. She said we had 21 kids at Senior Stampede. So on top of our 170 plus adults, we had 21 kids, and yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. It's great. So Forrest, see you, brother. Holler at me. We'll make it happen. And Robert Watson just chimed in and said, shout out to all that could come out to Stampede. And I doubled that. It was, you know, as usual, Robert and Team Warm Up and all the people that help you. You have such a huge crew of people and volunteer people. There's such a big group. I'm not even going to try to list everything. I'm just going to, you know, I'm going to throw out your name and Team Warm Up. And there's such a big group of you guys. You guys do such an awesome job of promoting and running your event. And I can remember, I've had this question several times and a few times over the years, and everybody always, you know, you guys were one of the first groups that decided that they wanted to do different loops with different distances and different cutoffs for every group. And in the past, I've been really hesitant to allow people to do that just because typically people can't do that. And at this point, and after the first year that you guys did that, I'm just like, people ask me questions. I'm just like, you know, no worries. It's just team warm up. Don't worry about it. They'll take care of it. And you guys do. You guys knock it out of the park every year. And you know, hey, I just keep looking forward to everyone coming back, you know, and every race after that, because everything's interesting. It's always fun. It's always different. It's always good, and it's always done right. I mean, there's always a few little things that don't go right, but you know, shit happens, and we all deal with it and go on, and it's part of the gig. But you guys rock it. So, Jay Black says, "Great job, Team More Motorcycling Team." Heidi says she loves the old Team Warm Up guy who pointed her in the right direction at tabletop. I was dying at tabletop, so I'm just glad to get to the top of it. Quincy Simon, you're late again. Damn you. Well, don't worry. We're still going to talk about LandRun prep, being that that's what you're doing, Simon. You know, Quincy. Oh, man, it jumped around. David Copeland, it was terrific, David. I'm glad you got your first race in. David's another one of our Bike Lab teammates. I keep starting to point to my hat, but I don't have a Bike Lab hat on. As Quincy just pointed out, nice hat. So this is you know, I got this hat today, so I saw this hat online, and I support a lot of different people, even though I do ride for Bike Lab, but I love to support everybody because it's what I do. And our crew at Bicycle Exchange, there you go. You guys getting a good view of the logo on the hat there. All right, so that's one of the shops up in Kansas that a lot of our Kansas boys go to. And one of them brought me a hat down today, or this weekend. So I thought I'd give it some pub and wear it, and you guys should tag, in the comments, you guys should tag Bicycle Exchange in this so that they get to see that. So, yeah. Robert says, we have too much trail not to mix it up. That's exactly right, man. You guys have some good stuff out there for sure. Kyle Beckel joined. Kyle Beckel, what's up? Fellow single speeder, sometimes gears, but still doing a single speed thing, man. Good to see you. Paul Baird, another teammate. New teammate. Glad to see Paul on here, and glad to see him racing this weekend. So he says, hats off to the first round. It was a killer event. Yeah. Quincy, you had some good picks too, man. I'll tell you what, you and your wife and your kid doing your Kids Cup race. Some of those picks were great, and that was fun stuff. So, Julie didn't welcome. David Reynolds, welcome. All right, what do we talk? There's got to be more stuff about T-Bird that we need to talk about. Man, oh man, that was Saturday was crazy. A lot of people pre-riding. I went to Medicine Park. I had a CrossFit group up there, and we did a hike. I probably hiked too long. I did an hour and a half gravel ride, an hour and a half hike. Probably did a little bit too much Saturday, but beautiful. Heck, I got sunburned Saturday. And then we turned around and it's cold and chilly and cloudy on Sunday, but honestly, really not bad bicycling weather. Trail was great, and temps weren't bad. I felt pretty comfortable. So, hey, you know, one thing I forgot to do, I'm going to do this real quick. I'm gonna share this on my page so that people can see it on my page. I was gonna do that and I totally forgot to. Shoot, I can't get to it now. Where's it at? Hang on, I'm sorry. Share now. Boom, done. There, I shared on my page. It's kind of late, but at least now that way people on my page can get it. So my kiddo outside, I guess he's not going to come in. He lives across the street. Robert Watson says, chip timing works. We'll figure out a new process for registration and getting transponders. Yeah, for sure. And we've looked into that, and, you know, and it's just up to the individual promoters on whether they want to do chip timing. It's nothing that I'm going to force, and nothing that I'm going to work on right now, but, you know, in the future, maybe we can work on that if we do group pricing. But I don't know, Robert, that's something that we'll talk with Tanner about and see. Randy Brandstatter, what's happening? Good to see you check in. You need to come race some bikes. I mean, heck, at least you're still in Oklahoma. All your kiddos they all moved out to Colorado on us. Let's see. So, yeah. So, I don't know. There you go. Somebody tagged Bicycle Exchange for me. Thank you. See if I have any more notes on T-Bird. Oh, hey, yeah. So along with the race, we had a huge raffle that all, you know, and the proceeds all went to burn camp. I can't remember the final total, but it was like $1,300, $1,400, $1,500 all went to burn camp. Again, awesome. And I think that this is just going to lead to a trend down the road that all of our events and all of our sponsors are going to continue to work their way to trying to make, you know, one main, you know, donation to burn camp. And with Turkey Mountain Tulsa being our last race now, I think that would be a great way to raise funds all the way throughout the season, all the way down there. So Robert Watson, $1,750. I think Ray said that is 3 to 4 kids now. That money just from Team Warm Up Cycling Team and Sooner Stampede, the $1,750 that they raised through the raffle. Just that amount for this one race, this one thing, puts 3 to 4 kids into burn camp. And that's amazing. That's amazing. So just think what we can do throughout a 10-race season, and all the sponsorship, and then culminating this into a final race at the end of the season. I am just stoked thinking about the numbers that we can be looking at by the time we reach the final race of the season with Turkey Mountain. So Robert, Team Warm Up, you guys killed it. All of you racers, riders, volunteers, everybody that donated, everybody that bought a ticket, wonderful. Thumbs up. And I can't say enough about what you guys did. Now, the one question maybe some of you guys out there can answer me. part of the raffle was a Tour de Dirt season pass. I was pretty busy racing and pretty hectic after the race, so I don't know who won the Tour de Dirt season pass. So if someone can shoot that information to me or even post it on here, let me know. And we need to start working that out. But I would love to know who won that pass and give them a shout out while we're here. Daryl Stilson joined in. Jeff Metcalf. Jeff, what's happening? When are you going to come back out and race bikes? David Isbell, one of our Shawnee guys. GT Giorgio, always around. And with that, unless there's any other comments, I think I am going to roll on to the next subject. Brad Eaton says Daryl Stilson took the so Daryl Stilson got it and the 50-50. So he got the season pass and the 50-50. Sweet. Okay. Awesome. Congratulations, Daryl. So Daryl took home the big chunk there. GT, that's all right, brother. You get on your plane and you head back to OKC, man. So GT Giorgito, my buddy, I guess he's watching this on his phone from an airport. He said he's about to get on a plane, head back to OKC. So he's out traveling. So good to see you, and we'll see you when you get back. You can always watch the replay to catch the end. Scotty Justine Weidman. Thanks for all your help, Corey. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm here for, and we love helping new people get into the sport. I mean, it's perfect. I mean, that's one of the things that we love about this is we have people that are racing at elite levels, and we have people that are in the middle, and we have people that are brand new and just out having a good time. And that's the whole thing that I think we push with our cross-country mountain bike season, and that is that there's a space for everybody, and we're all in it for a good time. We're all having fun. It's welcoming. It's a welcoming environment. And if you have questions, ask, because we'll, there's no dumb question. The only dumb questions is a question you don't ask. So find somebody, ask them. We'll be able to point you in the right direction. Oh, GT. Okay. All right. I hate to roll off a Sooner Stampede because, damn, it was finally good to get a race under our belt. But I'm 33 minutes in, and I still got 2 more subjects. Okay, so, Daryl, you didn't get the season pass, but you got the 50-50. So, okay. So somebody can let me know who got the season pass. So now that I know Daryl got all the money. Don Lasoli, what's happening? Don Lasoli is our buddy from Texas, and he's one of our main regional USA cycling representatives. So he's a cool ass dude, and I bug him with questions all the damn time. So welcome, Don. Chad Shanks is in the house. Chad Shanks in the house, as well as Al's Bicycles, who is, speaking of which, our new and main Kids Cup sponsor. And you will start seeing their you already see their logo on our website. And my trailer is in Jarrett Good's shed right now, getting all dressed up, and it will soon have Al's Bicycles along with our other main sponsors on the trailer, and as well as the podium boxes. I'm gonna get all the podium boxes where we've got two of our podium sponsors. This is a good one. I need to go back and talk to them. And 2 of our podium sponsors are Fat Tire, Oklahoma. Fat Tire's bike shop is in Arkansas as well too, but they are also in Oklahoma. And Al's Bicycles is our Kids Cup sponsor. So I am having our podium boxes with one side going to have Al's Bicycles on it. The other side is going to have Fat Tire, so that when we're doing the Kids Cup awards, we rotate it around so that Al's Bicycles and our Kids Cup sponsor is pointing on the outside for all the good photoshops and all the social media. And then obviously with our Fat Tire, you guys saw this weekend, and I tagged a bunch of those pictures up with the Fat Tire logo. But we have our new cool ass. If you guys didn't see the pictures and you didn't see the cool King's chair that was for the first place podium winner, and you get to sit in, it's got Fat Tire labeled up there. That is one of the coolest things. And so I have to admit, I totally stole that idea from the Chase Lounge salsa thing that they started doing at LandRun and DK and some of the other things. But I just thought that was one of the coolest things in cycling, and we had to find some way to mirror that. And I think the King chair with the with the Fat Tire logo on the top and people chilling back and getting a picture is all good. So. Chris Cooper, drop it. Just counting shots. I'm only 2 in. What are you talking about? You've got like 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got like 5 emojis up there. I've not even come close to 5 emojis, Chris Cooper. Chad Sanks, what's up? Amy Bean says, Al's is the best. Thanks for being the Kids Cup sponsor. Absolutely. You guys are awesome. Toby Scribner, Moto T Scrib, what's happening? Daryl Stilson says King, Carter Fairless. That was a great pick on with Carter and you guys, and sitting on the King chair for sure. Carolyn Fairless checked in. What's happening? Okay, got to move on. I'm never going to get done if I don't move on. LandRun. It's huge. It's big. It's next weekend. It's on my birthday. Can't be better. So, what are you doing for your birthday? I'm going to ride 100 miles of gravel, possibly in the dirt, possibly in the mud, possibly in the chili. I don't know. I don't know what the weather's going to be like. So, who knows? Doesn't really matter. We're going to do it. It's going to be fun. It's epic. Been doing LandRun forever. And I think LandRun is possibly it's possibly one of the biggest events in our state. I would say that we have a couple of events. Tulsa Tough possibly is as big as LandRun, and I would say that Ruts and Guts possibly as big as LandRun. OKC Pro-Am sneaking up there, but for the dirt-ish, gravel-ish people, LandRun is huge and just continuing to just grow and grow and grow. So it's, I say for Oklahoma, it's probably the biggest event that we have right now. And we've been doing it for a long time. It's a blast. It's great. And, we show up in numbers, and we get up and register at odd hours of the night, hoping that we get in, knowing that it's going to sell out in 15 minutes or less. And that's the way it works. So LandRun is here. That's some things. Lori McCarty says it's her birthday too. Well, happy birthday, Lori. You're probably like a decade or more younger than I am. But happy birthday nonetheless, and hope you're doing LandRun too. Ryan Palma says he's doing Shoreline Shred for his birthday. Rocking, brother. That's a good birthday present too. I'm with you, man. I'm all about that. Rory, I saw that article in the paper. So Rory Peterson just posted, it said Lieutenant Governor Matt Pinnell is doing the LandRun 50. And I think that's pretty awesome. So there was an article, and I don't know if it was in the paper or on Facebook. I saw the article the other day. So, I mean, that's cool. We're getting recognition outside of just the normal you know, avenues of cycling people and cycling magazines and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's great. I mean, honestly, you know, one of the biggest things that has happened in Arkansas is the fact that some of the younger Walton grandchildren have gotten into cycling, and their interest in their links with Walmart has made unbelievable changes in their state. And so for us, having people that are in political positions and at some point financial positions to help our sport is always good. So it's good for the sport, good for recognition, and good for moving things forward. So. So Chad Shanks brings up a point, and Chad Shanks is, again, Chad and Al's Bicycle is, again, Kids Cup sponsor. And he brings up a point. He's talking about, he wanted to talk about having, you know, thanks to Sooner Stampede and Amy for having the Kids Cup course marked ahead of time. And so there were several that came out, pre-read the course several times. No, it wasn't required, and but it was awesome that the kids got to get out and ride ahead of time. And he's asking that any promoters that feel that they're putting their course, you know, they're getting their course ready, definitely please consider getting the Kids Cup course ready ahead of time as well too. And I will, and I would love to work with you guys on that as well too. So promoters, if you have things like that. So often we do not have Kids Cup kids out pre-riding the course, but more and more it seems that we do. So if we need help with that, then contact me, contact Amy, contact Chad, and we'll get to work on that. So yeah, anyway, just want to talk about that. So Rory Peterson said that he talked to Matt Pinnell about promoting mountain bike tourism in Oklahoma, and I think that's absolutely awesome, Rory, and definitely link me into that. I would love to be a part of that conversation. And I know a few other people that would be great people to be in that conversation, Rory. So so hit me up privately outside of this, and we'll talk, and I'll throw out some names of some people that would be really, really good for talking at the state level, government level for cycling and things of that nature. So hit me up. Bobby Herb checked in. Pat Shanks checked in. Pat, one of my buddies, Altus, and I want to give a big shout out to Pat and several of the crew, Josh and Lakin, have helped me get Lake Steed open. Bobby, what's happening? Hey, David Copeland, you're right, man. Those little Strider kids, I tell you what, just watching those little Strider Kids Cup kids rolling through and how much fun they have, and the smiles on their face, and the parents that are chasing them. If you can't smile watching that, there's something wrong with you, because I mean, that's so fun to watch that. John Vidito, welcome. And Amy Beans also says that thanks to Jared Good, we're in the process of getting some new Kids Cup course markers made. So we will have some new ones made, and we'll have course markings with our new course, Al's Bicycle course markings. So Rory, you're the bomb. Christina Wendricks checked in, and she's another big part of that team warm-up crew that we talked about earlier that did such an awesome job this weekend. So welcome, Christina, and awesome job to you and your significant other and all your crew. So LandRun's coming up. What are we going to get this year? I don't know. We got rain today. We got a little chance of rain tomorrow. Weather looks pretty good. A little bit cloudy. Last time I looked on the radar for actual race day, I don't know. I did talk to a couple people today, just trying to get some inside information. I think there's going to be some B roads probably at LandRun that are going to be a little bit iffy. I think there's going to be a section or two from the in between Perkins and no, what is that? Man, I don't know. Just totally blanked. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Did we do dinner? Are you pretty live?
Yep, I'm live. There's the kiddo coming across the hill with the chainsaw. Okay, I'm not finding it, so I'm going to come back and just forget that whole process. So, quail. I think that's it. Quail. Just thought of it. So there's a couple sections between Quail and Perkins that I don't know who I don't know. We've got a couple days after tomorrow that it could shape up, but I don't know. I think you need to be prepared for everything. I think it could be beautiful with spotty sections, or it could be bad. It just depends on what the weather does. But this is LandRun, so come prepared. Joshua, right there, brother. Thank you. So someone's already tagged up Bicycle Exchange for you, so you're good. Heidi says Brethren Road. Okay. Joshua says, also my birthday. All right. So when's your birthday, Joshua? And might I add that Joshua's a cool name because that's my middle name and that's also my son's name. It's also my grandfather's name. So, you know, hey, got a great link there. Moto Scrib, Dylan the Steelhouse, brother. Dude, you are not kidding. This is some good stuff. Do like it. Oh, comments. 24th. All right, brother. Joshua Potts says a 24th. Yeah, getting there. Again, like Laura, you're probably like a decade or so younger than me. I want to just kind of give you my basic plan. Nolan Crampy says single speed, no worries. There you go. Exactly, right? So I've had a couple people ask me, and I mean, literally, I've had probably 4 messages today asking me about LandRun preparation. And Joshua says you're 35. Dude, I don't even remember 35. So I mean, I don't care. I love the age that I am. I turned 51 in a few days. So March 15th is my birthday. I turned 51. So let's go back to like the very beginning and the little known wizard facts. There you go. 51. So Chris Cooper, pain stick. I thought about that, but that's going to go to my next subject, and I think I have a better plan. So I don't overplan for LandRun. I don't underplan. I try to do everything just about middle. If you overplan, you carry so much gear and so much weight in your backpacks and in your pockets that you end up carrying a shit ton of weight and a shit ton of stuff that you don't need 99% of the time. So I carry the essentials. I carry what I need. I carry a few things extra and hope for the best. And I prepare for the best so that typically those worst case scenarios don't happen. My general plan is I dress appropriately. It's a 100-mile race, and I prepare my food and my drinks for 50 miles, and I replenish at the 50-mile mark. I do 2 bottles for 50 miles. I do 2 bottles for the second 50 miles. If the temperatures are warmer, I would place a 3rd throwaway bottle in my pocket, of which I would drink a bottle, and then I would throw it away. It's in the ditch. Apologize for littering, but it's just part of the gig. And then I would take the bottle out and I put it in my deal, and that would give me 3 bottles, of which I would only be carrying 1 on my back for maybe an hour. But for the most part, I don't need that. And the temperatures, I think this weekend, I won't need that. So I'm going to do 2 bottles on my bike. I'll replenish those at the halfway point. I will carry most of my food in a top tube bag that sits just right on my, front of my, it's like a fuel bag. And I'll probably carry a tube and my immediate food in that, because it's easy to get to. I will carry additional food in my pockets and a pump in my pocket, as well as a plug kit in my pocket. And I'm getting busted on right now as I speak. I'll come back to address those. Up above, Nolan says that he would carry a paint stick, and I tell you what, I've carried a paint stick. I've carried a variety of things, but actually, what I recommend, go to just go to the dollar store, Walmart, one of those places. You can always find those little cheap packages of the little spatulas. The thing is with this paint stick is it's about 1 inch wide, so the width is about the width of 2 fingers. Okay. Problem is that paint stick is hard to get. The width is too wide to get down in the angles of where your bottom bracket is at and where your rear triangle all meets. It's too narrow, and that usually is the place where mud gets clogged up. So what I recommend is you go and just get some of those. You can pay like $2 and get like a whole package of all these little different spatulas, and you want to get the one that is just like maybe a 1/2 inch, slightly smaller, maybe a 1/4 inch. And that's what you want. That's what you want to carry. And then you can take and cut off. You can take and cut off the handle so that it's only about yay long, and it fits right in your backpack. It's the same length as a pump, or a hand pump or something. You carry in your pocket. But then the cool thing is it's narrow enough that it shoves down in there, and so not only can you clear your tires, but you can clear your rear triangle, bottom bracket. You can clear where your fork and your tire meets, so you can clear all those areas that are really small. So that's my recommendation for that. So I'm probably not going to carry a backpack, although I have in the past. I'm going to use a seat bag to carry my tools on my tube, and then I'm going to put an extra tube in my top bag. I will probably find some place to put a chain breaker and have a quick link, just in case I break a chain. Again, I'm riding single speed, so it's less likely than for what you guys are running, but still nonetheless a good plan. And that is it. Other than that, I'm riding my bike. When it gets bad, get off your bike, walk your bike, run your bike. Simple as that. Don't try to force your way through the mud. Steve Smith checked in, and Chad Shanks totally busted on me. He says, do you carry an extra fork? No, I do not. So this goes back to my last year's race, and so I broke a steer too, which basically my fork snapped at the top and handlebars are flopping around. I didn't finish. I sat on the side and I called the SAG, and the awesome Jeep crew that LandRun has came and got me and had a great conversation with father and son that came and picked me up and hauled me back to Stillwater, and part of it. So what?
You want one?
I do not. No, thank you. So hot dog offered and denied. So yeah, so no, I don't carry a new fork, and I just call SAG if my fork breaks again. So I have redemption this year, Chad Shanks. I have to finish. It was hardcore last year not finishing, but it happens every now and then. Jody Harrison checked in. Kyla Hogue, what's happening? Tyler Martin, what's up? So anyway, so let's finish up with LandRun. I'm gonna go quickly. I can't see this, so LandRun's awesome. So, but let's give a just quick itinerary. So Friday is the key night. So again, this is a Saturday race. So if you guys can cut out of work early Friday, if you guys can take off Friday, you got to get up there. So there's a lot of stuff going on Friday. I'm off work. I'm going to be there. So we're looking at, first of all, you've got from 8 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock, the double. For those people that are doing the double, they're going to do the 50K run and they're going to do the ride. They start running on Friday morning at 8 o'clock. They're going to do the run. So if any of you guys can get out there and support them, that's great. They're doing the 50K run then. You've got Expo from 10 in the morning to 6 in the afternoon. You got packet pickup from 1 until, I don't know, super late. I don't know the exact time. And then again, you have packet pickup early in the morning, Saturday morning. Shammy Butter, who we all know, is going to do a group ride from 3 to 5. It's going to be a super chill ride, couple of hours. There again, all of this stuff is taking place from District Bicycles, downtown Stillwater. If you guys don't know where District is, I can't help you. Google can help you. We'll follow that up with a writers meeting at 4 o'clock. Let Bobby do his thing. People talk about their thing and some success stories and information and all that good stuff. And then we'll have some music for an hour. We'll have a second writers meeting at 6 o'clock. And then just music and festivities and drinks and people doing their thing. And guess what? Time to go to bed, time to get up the next morning. It's Saturday morning. 8 a.m. is go time. 8 o'clock Saturday morning, go time. So time to do your LandRun 50 or your LandRun 100. So, but not to be finished, even though that, LandRun is Saturday. Looks like there is a Rafa shakeout ride happening at 9 o'clock Sunday morning. So I think many of you too, are probably going to hang out. I mean, it's Saturday, so, why rush home? So hang out, chill out Saturday night, rest up, sleep well. If you want to do a little shakeout ride, get up at 9 o'clock. District Bikes. Rafa's going to have a little bit of a group ride. Should be pretty fun. Should be pretty chill. So, Jetty, hey, what's happening? Okay, I've rambled as usual. You guys are fairly used to that. I apologize. I don't know why I do, but I always do. I think you guys are used to it. But now we're going to get Claremore. We're going to hit Claremore up really hard next week too. So I'll go pretty light here. As I get more specific details from Rory and the boys there, but so LandRun this weekend, follow up straight to the next weekend with Claremore. Shoreline Shred, Fat Tire. They were new to the series I don't know, they've been in the series 2 years now? Man, I kind of forget. Or was last year their first year? Last year may have been their first year. They're new, regardless. And this venue has just really, really turned out to be an exceptional venue. Great course. Promoters are great. The venue, course maintenance, course development has been an ongoing process, and they're doing great work out there. Their link in with Fat Tire is just ridiculous, and Roy Peterson, and so they're all chiming in saying last year was their first year. What's crazy is because it was their first year, but for some reason, because it was such a cool event, it feels like it's been an ongoing event, which is perfect. You want a venue like that. They've got a great location, and it's a festive 2-day camping fun event. So if you're planning on coming out just to race, I want to say don't do that. Don't do that. Make Sunday just part of the experience. They've developed even last year we had Saturday was an event. There were no events on Saturday, but Saturday was part of the race. It's a whole weekend. Camping is free. There's a huge upper area. You can camp wherever. It's all free. Throw down tents, sleep in your car, sleep in your coalesce setup like Heath has, whatever. RVs, bring them. Come camp out, hang out. We're going to have festivities all day Saturday. They're going to have a short track. They're going to have a time trial, all really unofficial, just for fun. In the meantime, they're going to have a band playing. They're going to have beer flowing. Everybody's going to be coming and hanging out. I'm going to be there. And I'm going to be there all weekend, and just chilling, hanging out, riding bikes, pre-riding, doing some of the extra races, listening to music, and it's going to be a great, fun time. I mean, Saturday's just a ball, and then turn around and you get to go race bikes on Sunday. So Sunday's the norm, and I just can't tell you how much how much fun this course is. We actually got down about 3 weeks ago and pre-read this course because we knew that we were having a busy schedule and we wouldn't get up here to really pre-ride too much. So they have developed just since last year. I mean, I would bet a third of this course is new, probably a little bit less than that, but it's amazing. So what they've done with the course and what they've done with the terrain. We're going to have an 8.5 mile loop, 1 lap, 2 lap, 3 lap, cat 3, cat 2, cat 1. And it's going to be a beautiful course. Rocky, technical, flowing. It's got a great mixture of everything. The new stuff is unbelievable. Our buddy Keith Arning has really put his heart and soul into what's called the Boneyard. And if you guys don't know that, you definitely are going to know when you roll through it. And they've added a new oyster bar in the woods along the course, and I think that's going to be a fun addition, and good laughs, good memories, and good pictures. And so and it's going to be a legit bar stage down in the middle of the woods, so you guys are going to have a ball. So I can't say enough about what we have upcoming for the Fat Tire Shoreline Shred at Claremore. I think I'm going to go. I'm already an hour and 4. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it even right now. And I am actually on spring break as of tomorrow at noon and all next week. So I may very well be doing this from a remote site next Tuesday. I don't know where yet, but it very likely is going to be from some pub or brewery in Oklahoma City area. So, if you guys have any, comments or recommendations for that, let me know. I'm thinking Oklahoma City, Yukon type-ish area, but let me know. And we'll make that happen. Ben Aguirre, nice to meet you at Sooner Stampede. It was my first mountain bike race. Well, Ben, welcome. I'm glad I'm stoked that you checked into my Wizard update, and hope I didn't bore you too much, but I'm glad you're racing. And if you have any questions about any upcoming events, just give me a shout privately, and we'll hook you up. So Ron Thompson, what's happening? Kyla Hogue, love the boneyard for sure. Kyla Hogue, speaking of which, get healed, get well, and we'll get that trainer to you shortly. Brian McGinnis says Twisted Spike Brewery. I know, I did a live show there last year. That was really fun. They had some really good beer. That may very well be happening, Brian. I like that place, so. Okay, folks, I'm ready to wind down. So, unless there are any questions, comments, things that you guys can't do without in like the last few minutes. Boom. I'm going to be out of here. So let me scroll and make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, Forrest said he's back a minute ago, so Forrest is back and listening. So again, Forrest, my buddy from Wisconsin. Okay, folks, I think I'm going to roll out. So again, Sooner Stampede, rocking and rolling, awesome. Leading us into LandRun. LandRun's going to be epic. And then after LandRun, Fat Tire Festival, get back to some mountain biking. I need some theme music. Rory, you need to hook me up with that. I think you play in the band, don't you? So, John Trotter, good night. Brian McGinnis, 27.5 or 29. I'm just going to shake my head at that. That's a whole hour-long special on itself. But, Brian, speaking of which, this takes back to LandRun. So, Brian McGinnis, my buddy, being a smartass that he is, throws up 27.5 or 29. So basically talking about wheel size, right? But that does bring into talk, what kind of tires are you going to run for LandRun? So therein lies the question. What are you going to do? What are the conditions? So I typically run across the board. I don't change a lot. I'm not real particular. I run 38s. I run low file treads, similar to the triggers. I run some. I'm actually running some Schwalbe. I can't even remember what they're called. Hell, shit, I got some over here. But they're the low file treads. The Schwalbes that I have are very similar to the Specialized triggers. They're a very low file tread, and I run 38s. I run those almost all the time. However, I will be changing for this weekend just because I think that there is going to be, while I don't think we're going to be in a mud fest, I do think there are going to be several muddy sections at LandRun. So I'm going to go down to 35s. Some people are going to go down to 33s, I think, even a little bit lower. I'm not going to go that far. I still like bigger tires, but I am going to go down to some 33 Gravel King mud tires. and that's my plan. That's what I'm doing. So anyway, thought that was a good question. You know, even though it started as a smart ass question, you know, led me into you know, good explanation. So Roy Peterson hooked me up with some theme music. That's what you need to do. So all right, fellas, ladies, gentlemen, kids, adults, grown-ups, whatever. I'm out. Weekly Wizard update, 3/12/2019. Peace. Well, if I know how to stop it. Okay, well, I can't find the closing button. Well, I would like to stop my video, but the buttons for the stop the video are gone. Great.